my laundry at the laundromat, and I'm the world champion. I'm the one who went out there and took the punches, took the blows, and here we are, getting pushed out of everything, about to have everything stolen from us. All the money I made from the UFC gyms, all my sponsors, all invested back into my family, into everything. Every dollar I made invested back in. I'm about to get it all taken from me, and I need your guys' help. Dana White, Lorenzo Fertitta.
Is somebody going to help BJ Penn, my friends? Or is the ex-world welterweight, ex-lightweight world champion a guy who I'm pretty sure little kids were watching growing up, especially here in America, especially people in the Hawaii, were watching BJ Penn saying, you know what? That's who I want to be like. You know what? That's the reason why I started doing MMA in the first place. A guy who gave us some of the greatest goddamn fights in UFC history. Keep in mind, the first American to win a gold medal at a World Jiu-Jitsu tournament, my friends. Guys, what's going down with BJ Penn is heartbreaking, man. And I know if you've barely been watching UFC, and that's not your fault. If you've been watching the UFC for a while, but at the same time are old enough to have went through what BJ Penn during his reign as champion, my friends, and everything he went through, you guys, I want you to put in your head right now, BJ Penn was one of the most iconic, one of the most fearless, one of the most feared champions that we ever had. This was somebody that you would pray a moment to be able to shake his hand and tell him that you're a fan and get an autograph from him. To this day, if I see BJ Penn, I am still freaking excited to see him, and I'm down to lend out a hand if I had one, my friends. You see him in a video recently he just posted. He's asking for help from Dana White and all his ex-sponsors that he's ever helped, put out there in the world. All the brands he's ever helped put out there, my friends. And he needs help. He needs help, and I understand. Maybe there's a lot of people that are saying, don't help this fool. He's been a coke addict. He's been doing crystal meth. He's been doing this and lying. It's all the CTE, this and that. Why would you help a guy like this, my friends? I'm not one of those type of guys who's kicking down people when they're already down to the ground, because I've been there. Somebody needs to help BJ Penn, man. I know that you guys know, man, everything that's happened in his career, the way he went out, him getting knocked out in the streets in 2019, and him getting in all these street fights, my friends, his wife leaving him and getting a restraining order against him from seeing his kids because she's saying that he drank heavily, was being abusive for her throughout their 10-year relationship, and he was doing cocaine. My people, now he's out here claiming that his mom, his dad, and his brother have died and that they've been, imposter. There's imposters living in his house trying to get all his money, trying to take everything that he's ever earned away from him. And they've already done that. I'm not saying that they're imposters, but because what's going down with BJ Penn, his CTE, and maybe even if he is doing all these drugs, it's just making things worse in his head. You guys know that UFC fighters, football players, boxers, they all end up with CTE, and towards the end of their careers, there's always something wrong with them. It's not a goddamn surprise. CTE is a real goddamn thing. And I know people want to say, hey, this ain't CTE with BJ Penn, this and that, this and that. At the end of the day, somebody who's been through as much damage as BJ Penn in his brain isn't the same. And I know, man, maybe you might not be able to help him anymore. Maybe he's one of those type of guys that he just doesn't see reality true anymore. Everything is just fake to him. Maybe he's claiming that his mom and his dad and his brother already died. This is CTE, and maybe if it is drugs, it is what it is, my friends. I don't know if you guys have ever been rock bottom or ever had, your son be rock bottom and you just give up everything on your son or your mom or your dad or this and that. But goddamn, man, will somebody lend a goddamn hand? Dana, it doesn't have to be money. Go out there and talk to him. Try to get him some rehab. Try to see what's actually mentally wrong with him. You know what I mean? You guys get him some goddamn help. Nobody wants to see BJ Penn like this. And if you guys do, and you guys are the type of people who are putting comments like, hey, fucking this and that, well, you guys need to think again, man, because I'm telling you right now, everybody makes mistakes in life. And I'm not saying to forgive BJ Penn. All I'm saying is, I know everybody has given up on him. He doesn't even live with his parents no more. As you guys seen, he's living at a residence because he got goddamn restraining orders against him, my friends. He's broke. I'm not asking anybody out there to do anything to help if you don't want to help. But god damn, man, I can't do anything about it. I'm just a blue-collar kid from Fresno, California, but he's reaching out to Dana White when you got Dana White who's giving 30,000, 100,000, 300K to his friends that are coke addicts at the goddamn casino. He's over here helping people who are $100,000 in and trying to replay them to get them going again. Hey, I really do hope BJ Penn gets the help that he needs, my friends. This channel right here ain't the type of channel that's here to belittle him. And if you agree with me, hit the like button, man, and let me know in the comments too. Give a shout out to BJ Penn for some of the greatest fights that he's ever gained us. Everybody just looks to kick somebody down right when they hit the bottom. It's not good, my friends. It's not